Hey everybody, it's me, CrazyFrankie, and I'd like to welcome you to my Week 15 4 key game picks. 2 weeks left. 2 weeks left of the regular season, everybody. I can't believe it is almost playoff time. Before a little bit of thoughts from Week 14, give you the current standings right now as of the time of this video. As we look into the AFC conference right now, Texans, even though they lost to the Patriots big on Monday night, still clinging on to that 1 seed. But obviously their next upcoming game is going to be huge along for the Patriots as well, because right now the Houston Texans are still the 1 seed. The New England Patriots are the 2 seed. Denver Broncos are the 3 seed. The Baltimore Ravens are the 4 seed. The Indianapolis Colts are the 5th seed, one of the wild cards. Pittsburgh still clinging on to that 6th seed despite losing to the Chargers last weekend, which as a Chargers fan I was shocked. I was actually shocked they won. With the Cincinnati Bengals not too far, even though they lost to the Cowboys, they're still clinging on to that. They're still on the hunt at number 7 right now. NFC, the Atlanta Falcons, even though they lost to Carolina, they're still the 1 seed right now at the moment. The San Francisco 49ers barely clinging on to that 2nd seed. The Green Bay Packers are the 3rd seed. The New York Giants the 4th seed. The Seattle Seahawks are the 5th seed as one of the wild cards. And the Chicago Bears are the 6th seed. Not too far behind in the hunt right now are the Redskins, the Cowboys, the Vikings, and the Rams. So it's going to be really tough to say down the stretch who's going to get in and who's going to be left lagging behind. Thoughts from Week 14. Patriots blowing out the Texans. Starting to see a lot of you are starting to guess right now whether the Texans now are starting to become just a pretender now, even though they already clinched the playoff berth. I still gotta say that key injuries for the Texans are hurting them. Tom Brady shredded their defense on Monday night. That Monday night game was a joke. And it was pretty obvious that this Patriot team, as from last weekend, I got to say right now, the Patriots now seem to be the favorites now in the AFC conference. Other thoughts from Week 14. How about the Seahawks basically kicking the shit out of the Cardinals big time? Was I think 58-0, something like that. Oh man, that game was even a bigger joke. Well, Seattle as a home is tough at home. They really do have home field advantage in that place. So I could really say that Seattle's a home team, but if they end up as a wild card team, good luck to them on the road, because they're not a road team. I highly doubt that in the wild card game they'll probably win, because really they're a terrible, terrible road team. And I think in their schedule, yeah, they got to go to Buffalo this coming weekend. So I don't really like much of their chances in Buffalo if it comes down to home field. As I look at the schedule right now, it's tough to say. I mean, the Giants beating the crap out of the Saints last week. They got another tough game coming up. And of course, the one of the oldest rivals in the NFL is also coming up as well, the Bears and the Packers. Really, right now, it's tough to say going into Week 15 that who has the edge here going into the final 2 weeks of the regular season. So it's going to be a lot of jockeying for position in the next few weeks. But it should be an exciting finish down the stretch. Alrighty, let's get into Week 15. There's a lot of key games, but remember, this video is only going to be 4. So make sure you check my blog at CrazyFrankie56.blogspot.com for the rest of the other key games. Remember, a lot of these games have playoff implications. But my first key game I'll talk about, the oldest rivalry, of course, the Bears and the Packers. Bears, offensively, they stink. Jay Cutler, he's just not getting it done lately. Their defense is also horrific right now. It doesn't. I mean, look, and why do I pick this as a key game? Because it is a divisional game, and the Bears right now, They're one game back of the Packers right now, and it looked like to me the Packers still have the edge. I mean, the Packers already beat them once. The game is in Soldier Field. But, look, the Bears are going to have to play flawlessly if they're going to beat the Packers here, and I just don't see it happening here. The Packers want to make a statement. They're trying to jump the 49ers to get that 2 seed. They want that home field. But even though they want that home field, look what happened to them last season. It's tough to say right now which Packer team is going to show up. Remember, I mean, they barely beat the Lions last weekend. But this Bear team is banged up. I don't really see the Bears being much in this game. It's going to be an embarrassing home loss for them. I like the Packers here. I'm going to go with the Packers, even though the Packers still have injuries, but still, they have enough to beat the Bears. The Bears are struggling more than they are. You got to go with the Packers. Packers over the Bears. Second key game, Denver and Baltimore. Peyton Manning's on the roll. He's making his case for comeback player of the year. The Ravens, tough loss. Tough loss last weekend. They fired their offensive coordinator. And really, which Ravens team's going to show up here? I mean, their last 2 games have been horrible. You lose to the Steelers and you lose to the Redskins. So I look at this game right now. Peyton Manning's on fire. This is a Bronco team right now that's looking to make a statement. They're trying to get the number 2 seed as well, maybe even the 1 seed, depending on what happens in the next few weeks. And the way Peyton Manning is playing right now, that offense is getting it going. Defensively, there's still some struggles, but this Raven team, I don't know what is going to I don't know what to expect out of them, because remember, they're going this is actually going to be a close game. I don't see the Broncos blowing them out. But I'm going to go with the Broncos here because their offense is starting to look much better than the Ravens' offense. The Ravens just, I don't know what I'm seeing out of this team. They're starting to be more pretenders than they are contenders at all. And remember, they got to watch out for Pittsburgh. If Pittsburgh starts getting on a roll, even though they lost the Chargers last weekend, but if they get on a roll these next few weeks, that could be trouble. That could be huge trouble for them down the stretch if it has to come down to the final weekend. I look at this game. I don't like I like the Broncos here. I don't think the Ravens offense is enough. I mean defensively, I don't know if they're going to get Ray Lewis for this game. He's still a question, but I like the Broncos here. I think the Broncos will go into Baltimore. The Broncos will go into Baltimore and they'll beat them. Third key game, the Sunday night game, a big one here. 49ers and the Patriots. To many NFL analysts, they say this is a big game. Well, obviously a much bigger game for the 49ers than it is for the Patriots. Well, obviously because now the Seahawks are starting to get on a groove now, and we got that last meeting between them and the 49ers is coming up very soon. This is going to be a tough game for the 49ers, even though the 49ers everybody says the 49ers defense is good. Okay, how can you say they're good if you tie one game with the Rams and then you lose to the Rams? And you didn't beat the Vikings. You lost to the Giants. Really, their defense really is a big, big question. And I question their offense too right now. Remember, they're a little quarterback carousel right now with Kaepernick and Alex Smith. I don't know if I want to trust Kaepernick in this game against the Patriots here. He played very well against the Dolphins last week, but you're going into Foxborough to face a New England team that's basically, they're just ready to go to the Super Bowl right here. And I just don't see the 49ers defense. I mean, Tom Brady shred a banged-up Houston defense. We're supposed to be one of the best ones in the league. I mean, who's to say that Brady can do it with this 49ers defense? It would not surprise me if the Patriots win this game. It might be close, but I just think the Patriots have too much manpower. They have too much firepower here. I just don't think the 49ers offense can catch up with the Patriots offense. I got to go with the Patriots here. The 49ers are in trouble if they got to hope that Buffalo beats Seattle, because if Seattle beats Buffalo, that's going to be a huge showdown going into the final weeks, because remember, the 49ers and the Seahawks have to meet one more time. And remember, this game is in Seattle. So this is not gonna be easy for the 49ers, and really they're gonna have a tough game against the Patriots here. I don't think Kaepernick can beat the Patriots here. The Patriots are on fire. They're on a roll. I just don't see them. I see them losing here. I got to go with the Patriots over the 49ers. My last key game, a big AFC South showdown. Texans and the Colts. Andrew Luck and the Colts are on a roll. They had a good victory against the Titans even after they had to come from behind to win. And really, this Houston team, I don't know which Houston team is going to show up here. They got manhandled by the Patriots. The Colts are on fire. Let's see what happens in this game. This is going to be a hard game for the Texans. But, really right now, this is a 50-50 toss-up here. Whoever wins this game, either way, it would be considered an upset. But the Texans need to win badly. I see them winning here. This is a game they must have to clinch that AFC South. All they got to do is just beat the Colts, and they clinch the division. Because technically they haven't clinched it yet. And it would get scary if they lose to the Colts, because now it would only put the Colts now only one game behind. So really for the Texans, this is a huge game for them. But I think the Texans get it done here. This is where the Texans need to make a statement here. They're at home. I like them at home here. I think the Colts. I think the Colts pretty much will solidify their position to make the playoffs. They're going to get in. But as far as the division title, no. I like the Texans to beat the Colts here. I think the Texans win in a squeaker. This is going to be a very close game. Check on my blog for the rest of. There's more key games for this weekend, obviously, because they all relate to playoff implications. So make sure you check out my blog at CrazyFrankie56.blogspot.com for the rest of my Week 15 picks. And I will see you next week for Week 16. It's getting to the home stretch, NFL fans and NFL Nation. I cannot wait till the playoffs begin. I'll see you next week. Take care.